friends, Moses here. Really good to see you. It's been a while. I understand that you've been going through some hard times and maybe wondering what is coming next. Well, let me tell you, I've been there. And one of the best ways I got through it was following something called the 10 Commandments. You remember that, right? I went up on top of a mountain and I came down with those huge big stones, and God had told me what he wanted our people to do in order to have a good life. And so I just want to talk to you about that a little bit. Maybe that'll help you as you're going through things now. Sometimes we divide them into 3 different parts, and the first part's made up of 4 commandments. Always put God first. Only worship God. Don't use bad words. And work 6 days, but then rest on the 7th. And God created this amazing world for us and created all of us to enjoy being alive and enjoy everything that's given to us. And God wants us to just respect that and love him in return. So the first 4 commandments have to do with loving God. Sort of surprising, the 5th one that comes along, kids sometimes wonder why that's in there. Specifically, God named your mom and dad and said, obey your parents. So after the first 4 that talk about God, then moms and dads come along, and I'm guessing that must mean it's pretty significant. Moms and dads really take care of you and help to train you and teach you and love you and care for you. So I can see why that would be something really important that God would ask you to do. The last 5 have to do with everybody else that's around you. They might not be quite as close right now if you're in a quarantine, but they say you should never hurt anybody. And for heaven's sakes, don't cheat. And don't take what's not yours. And be sure that you're always telling the truth. And don't get jealous of what other people have. God's blessed each of us with different things. And he's hoping that we'll appreciate that and that we'll use those things to the best of our ability, and that we'll look out for each other, and we'll care for each other, and we'll respect each other. And so I think these 10 are pretty amazing. Sometimes we can divide them into 2 and say, well, the first 4 are the vertical part that talks about me and God. And then the last 6 are the horizontal part that has to do with me and other people. So after I was gone for a while, there was this other guy who came along, amazing guy named Jesus, and he seemed to be able to just simplify all of it and turn it into 2. So when we read in John 14 that you should keep my commandments, God says, if you love me, keep my commandments. And sometimes it's hard to remember all 10, but I'm pretty sure we can remember 2. And so Jesus says that, and we hear about it in Matthew chapter 22. He says, love God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. Well, there's that vertical God-loving and that sideways people-loving part. And so I think that's a really, really good way for us to think about it. I really hope you guys are doing okay, that you're staying well, that you're staying healthy, that you're able to figure out how to finish school strong and connect with people, your friends and your family, probably on the computer. But that as the weather gets nice, maybe you'll be able to get outside and enjoy God's beautiful springtime in Wisconsin. I hear it's great up there. So appreciate your tuning in. Don't forget, love God with all your heart, your soul, your mind, and your strength. And love all the people of the world like you love yourself. Thanks, everybody. See you next time. Take care.